The La Paz Valley was settled in the early 1900s by local people who viewed the surrounding extensive forest as an enemy to overcome. Their struggle for survival led to clear-cutting of the forest in hopes of raising crops to sell for their livelihood. They removed vast tracts of the very forest that soaks up the moisture from the low-hanging clouds that provides the water for all of life in the valley. The clear-cutting is very obvious from space. The government of Costa Rica eventually acquired the land and handed it over to the National Agrarian Institute, which in time subdivided it and gave small parcels to the poorest families in the valley. Like the people before them, they attempted to farm the land and ran into the same problem that led to previous poor farming results. The forest soil is not suitable for raising crops. So someone had the idea to import non-native grasses. It took off like wildfire, and the once lush terrain became pasture land. Luckily, the upper portions of the valley are preserved as native forest and water reserve. Within the last 15 years, several local landowners have taken it upon themselves to restore some of the properties in the clear-cut pasture areas back to its natural state. Intensive planting of native trees and vegetation has resulted in restoration of vital biological corridors and protection of the watershed. These efforts have resulted in resident populations of wildlife becoming more abundant, healthier, and species not seen in the valley for 20 years are reemerging. Though small in the grand scheme of things, the efforts of these landowners is undoing some of the degradation the valley has suffered. It is very exciting to imagine what will happen when more land is restored. Look how quickly forests can return when left untouched or replaced with native trees. At this time, there are very few permanent residents in the valley. There are a few well-maintained weekend and occasional use properties, but not many. The appearance of for sale signs is a clear indicator that developments such as this one, built a few years ago, are on the way. We need your help to purchase some vulnerable parcels of land in the valley that are up for sale. Purchasing properties such as the one that is the focus of this campaign will place the property in permanent reserve. The Elvira Foundation will oversee the property, providing protection and stewardship. The land will be replanted, further reversing the damage that has occurred in this watershed. The Foundation's conservation of endangered sites will further the process of rebuilding key biological corridors in the La Paz Valley. Thank you for your support.